Hello students, welcome to the session of EVS 2. In our previous session of lesson number 4 evolution, we have studied about the concept of evolution, and who gave the concept of evolution? Charles Darwin. We have got little bit information about Charles Darwin also. Now in this second part of lesson number 4 evolution, we are going to see these 2 points, the stages of evolution of animals and the apes. Now let us begin with this para which we left in the previous session. Now earlier we have studied that the plants and animals which accept the changes got developed into new species and they continued to live on the earth. And those who unable to adapt, those who are unable to accept the change came in the environment, they got extinct, they got finished off from the earth. Now the same thing we are going to continue in this session, learning about more examples of such species who got extinct from the earth because of environmental change, and the species who got developed into new generation because of accepting the changes in the environment. So species which are capable of adapting to environmental changes are able to survive. Though, as I told earlier also in the previous session, that those who accept the change, those who develop themselves according to environmental change, they are able to survive. They continue to live on the earth. And the ones, those who cannot do so, they become extinct. They become finished off from the earth. Okay? In ancient times, there were many species of a type of animal called dinosaur. You all must be very familiar with this name, right? Dinosaur, everybody must have heard. So, dinosaurs are there now on this earth? No. They were no more now. They got extinct. They were living in the ancient times. Now, how they got extinct, where they have gone, how they died, how they got finished off from the earth, we'll have a information on this. First of all, let's see what does dinosaur means. Dinos in Greek means terrible. What does this means? Terrible. And saurus means lizard. Okay? In Greek, dinos means terrible and saurus means lizard or reptile. Lizard or reptile. So, dinosaur means what? Dinosaur means a terrible lizard. Clear? What does dinosaur means? A terrible lizard. Dinosaur is a Greek name. In English, if we translate, what are we going to call dinosaur as? A terrible lizard. See, these are the pictures of dinosaur which is there in your textbook. Do you see that? Now, some of these dinosaurs were enormous in size. Means very, very huge and big in size. You all must have watched in the movies, no? Dinosaur movies. Many movies are there. So you must have seen that they are so enormous, so huge in size. It appears that these species of enormous dinosaurs suddenly become extinct. So according to scientists, they believe that these huge size of dinosaurs, they got extinct suddenly. What may be the reason? Actual reason, no one knows. But according to scientists, some reasons can be natural disaster. Suddenly any kind of natural disaster must have come, like flood or earthquake or something like that. Because of that they must have got extinct, or maybe because of environmental change is believed to be responsible for their extinction. Means maybe they got extinct, they got finished off from the earth because sudden changes has come in the environment of earth which they cannot accept it. Okay, and because of that they got finished off from the earth. Fossils of dinosaurs with wings have been discovered. Now, how we come to know about these dinosaurs? We were not there at that time, right? So, as we have learned in our history previous chapters, that how we are learning about the things or the animals or the humans who were living earlier by their remains, by the material sources, right? So what material source we got of dinosaurs? We have discovered their fossil. Fossil means remains of their body. Okay, their remains of bones we have got, and that bones shows its wings. The dinosaur was with wings. That means earlier dinosaurs also may be flying. Okay, that have been discovered, and it is believed by the scientists that some species of two-legged and winged dinosaurs evolved into birds. Now, according to scientists, they believe that the dinosaurs which earlier in the ancient time who used to fly, okay, and two-legged dinosaurs, they develop themselves. They are not totally got finished off. They developed them. So according to scientists, dinosaurs, all the dinosaurs did not got extinct totally. Some of them got developed. They accepted the environmental changes and they got developed into other species. Means now we see them in totally different way. Okay, as like according to scientists, some of the dinosaurs who used to fly, they got developed into birds. As like we can take the example of vulture. Okay, and some of them, those who were two-legged dinosaurs, they got developed into another species. They got changed into another species. As like example, crocodile. Okay, so this way they accepted the changes. Now you can see the skeleton of a dinosaur given over here, and with the help of a computer, this is the. Now let us begin with the second point of this chapter, the stages of evolution of animals. Now in the previous chapter we have learned that life on earth began with unicellular organism. What is the name of that unicellular organism? Do you remember? Protozoa. What is the name? Protozoa, correct? Now according to scientists, these unicellular organisms later on got developed into multicellular living things. The multicellular organisms got again developed slowly and gradually into different classes of plants and animals. Means according to scientists, because of these unicellular organisms, they later on become multicellular, and then slowly they got developed into different species of plants into animals. Okay, now what are the stages of evolution of animals are there? We are going to see here. So there are two division of animals. What is that? Invertebrates and vertebrates. Now which animals come under invertebrates? Animals without a backbone. Means the animals, those who don't have backbones, are called invertebrates. For example, snail. What other examples are there? Earthworm. Correct? As like snake also comes in that. Mosquito comes in that. So these all come under invertebrates. So according to the theory, the first animal developed after the multicellular, when they developed to the species of animals, the first species were the animals without a backbone, and after later on these invertebrates got developed into vertebrates. Now which animals come under vertebrates category? The animals which have a backbone. Okay, so the animals which have backbone are coming under vertebrates. They are called vertebrates. Look at the example given here. Aquatic animal. Which animal are called aquatic? The animals, those who live in water, are called aquatic animals. So example is fish. Then invertebrates, there are different categories of animals are there. What is the first category? Aquatic animal, amphibians, then comes birds, then reptiles, and the last one is mammals. Okay, all these 5 categories are there in vertebrates. What is that 5 categories? Aquatic animals, amphibians, birds, reptiles and mammals. So animals which have backbone are called vertebrates. Now, which animals are called aquatic animals? Already I told, the animals who live in water totally. They don't come on land. Okay. Example, fish. Now, which animals are called amphibians? So, the animals which live in water as well as on land. They live on both the things. In water also they can live, and on land also they come. What is the example given over here? Frog. What are other examples we can give? Tortoise. Very good. And any other example? Like snake. Snake also, some of the species of snake live in water as well as on land. Crocodile. These are some of the examples of animals which live in water also as well as on land also. Then come birds. All the species of birds come under this. Okay. All the species of birds have the backbone. That's why they are coming under vertebrates. Then comes reptiles. Reptiles are the animals, mostly they are crawling. Okay, animals which crawl. For example, snake coming under reptiles. Clear? Even chameleon and many other are coming under reptiles. Now, what is mammals? Which animals are called mammals? Example of a mammal is given, a cow. Okay. Now, why these animals are called mammals? There are some characteristics given over here. First, let's see. Mammals are the most evolved animals among vertebrates. They are the most developed animals among all the categories of vertebrates. Mammals are the most developed one. Mammals are the most changed one. Okay. The characteristic of mammals are given over here. What is the characteristic? First, growth of the baby in the mother's womb for some time before birth. That means mammals does not lay eggs. Okay? Mammals does not give eggs. They give birth to their young ones directly. Is that clear? This is one of the characteristic of mammals. Second characteristic is what? The baby is fed on the mother's milk for some time after birth. After giving birth to the baby, mammals feed their babies. Means mothers take care of their babies. Mothers are giving milk to the baby. Both mother and father take care of the baby. This is the second characteristic of mammals. Okay. So these are the two important characteristics of mammals we have learned in this chapter. Now we'll see this animal. What is the name of this animal? A platypus. There is some special characteristic of this animal is. Let's see what it is. The platypus and some species of anteater. Do you see the picture of anteater here? See. This is an anteater. Okay. So the platypus and anteater are exceptions to this. What are these exceptions? So the platypus and anteater, they are exceptional. Why they are exceptional? Because they are coming under the category of mammals, but they don't give birth directly to their young ones. They are laying eggs. Okay. What we are studying in the characteristic of mammals? That they give birth to their young ones directly. But these anteater and platypus don't give birth directly to their young ones. They lay eggs. Then why they are coming under mammals? Because they take care of their young ones. They suckle their young ones. Okay. They take very good care of their young ones. They feed them. That's why they are coming under the category of mammals. So what are the examples of animals coming under mammals category? All the big animals, four-legged animals are coming under mammals, as like cat, dog, cow, goat, all wild animals, lion, tiger, all come under mammals. Okay. Now the last point of this chapter, we are going to see about apes. As like earlier only I told you all who are called apes. They are the type of monkey. Apes are somewhat like humans in appearance. Little bit in appearance, they are like humans. They mostly lived on trees. Those species of apes which continued to live on trees retained their original ape-like form. Means, according to scientists, apes used to live on trees. They are little bit like humans in appearance, but actually they are monkeys. So the apes who continued to live on tree, they did not come down on the earth, okay? Means they did not walk on the land. So they continued to live like ape only. They did not got changed. However, in grasslands, some ape species were forced to move around on the ground. Some species of apes, they come to the ground in grassland, and they are forced means because of some any kind of problem, because of some requirement, they come on the ground and they started walking. So according to scientists, these species of apes who started walking on the ground got evolved gradually, means they got slowly developed in time. Suddenly it does not happen. It takes a lot of time, and very slowly and gradually they got developed to the human species. So according to scientists, human got developed from apes. Okay, this happened first where? On the African continent. The first human species is called what? The primitive man. What are they called? The first human who got developed from ape to human is called a primitive man. Primitive means the first. Okay. In the next lesson, we shall be learning more about the evolution of human species, which is our lesson number 5. Is that clear? In this chapter of lesson number 4, we have studied about the evolution of animals. Next chapter, we will be studying about the evolution of humans. So my next video will come on Monday. Till then, take care, stay safe.